Could one of you dumbass Democrats please ask me what the fuck we get for our vote now? Please?
All right, brother. This is a fellow Democrat. Wait, is mad at you. I'm sorry, that's how you be sounding sometimes, bro. But what did we so get in this bill, my brother? Wait, hold on. I want Mike Johnson to answer a couple questions too.
Please ask me that dumbass shit. When do the motherfucking dictating start? Because the only people that voted no against your motherfucking ass, because tax on tips and tax on overtime don't sound like shit for no fucking billionaire, bitch.
The tax on no tips, I didn't see that part in the bill. What page is that, brother? Please show me. I didn't see that in there. As a matter of fact,
would also raise the nation's debt limit by $4 trillion. I mean, here we're talking about don't tax my tips. You swing out to $4 trillion. Does that larger number have an impact on Americans or the American mind, or for most people, is that more of kind of a faraway Washington thing?
It does, because this, I think that markets mostly expected the 2017 tax cuts to be extended, but this bill goes above and beyond just extending the 2017 tax cuts. The no tax on tips, the no tax on auto interest, the expanded state and local tax deduction, that's all sort of deficit icing on the cake that makes the cost of this bill even more. What's going to happen is that people who buy U.S. Treasury, bond investors, they're going to demand higher interest rates on U.S. Treasuries because our deficits and debt are even more unsustainable than they were before. And with those higher interest rates, that flows through to consumers and businesses. So things like mortgages or auto loans or even your credit cards might be more expensive in the long run because of these higher interest rates. If you're a small business, it's going to be harder to take out small business loans for things like investment because those interest rates will be higher as well. So, you know, the deficit is not a ivory tower far off concept. It has implications for regular households.
All right. The president saying this morning on social media, it's now time for our friends in the United States Senate to get to work. So we'll see what changes.
It sounds like some shit for you and the fucking Democrats voted against your motherfucking ass yet a fucking again, you stupid pussy bitches.
buddy, we have to get you in some type of yoga or meditation classes. You are way too hype to keep believing in people who don't give a fuck about you. I keep telling you that, bro. It's not good. You're going to age yourself old.
I know them hormone pills got you super sensitive, so I'm going to fucking calm down a little bit. Because all I got to do is just state the facts. You could get in the comments and try to misquote the facts all you fucking want, bitch. But ask me what we got, and I'll tell you stupid ass. Look, we got a lot of shit today. Man, today we got no tax on tips. No tax on overtime. That'll help you at your Burger King job, bitch. So when we pull up a Jack in the Box, you can finally have a fucking smile on your face.
You're having mood swings, my guy. Calm down. And just explain it to us, man. We're here to listen and learn, man. So try and drop some knowledge for us.
You're getting that overtime, ho. You heard me? I'm talking about all that shit today. Bitch, we got, the Trump savings account for the newborn babies? Oh, you don't like that either? God damn. You's a hateful motherfucker.
I am not hateful. I am just an asshole. But, you know, I've been looking at some of the here's what you think about this, brother? Especially I heard you talking about the Jack in the Box and the Burger King folks. I'm sure they don't make over 30, 40,000 a year, right? What you think about this right here? Hopefully you reply to this one. You reply to the last one. And you got to be from New Orleans because you're using that bitch and word a little too loosely. Like, it's weird. That's the New Orleans thing. Not that I'm judging, but I know a dude like that. He would always say, bitch all the time. Bitch here, bitch here. But he was from New Orleans, so I'm just wondering, is that the New Orleans thing?
We see the next page in 2031. Anyone making less than 15,000 sees that. Check this out. I thought this was a mistake. I thought I was not reading this correctly. An increase in their taxes of 74.3%. And from 15,000 to 30,000 of 20.6%. Is that correct? Or is that, did you guys make a mistake, or is that like...
No mistake in the numbers.
Really look under the hood, and we did in Dome for America. Yes, they called it that, everyone. Well, last month, Reuters reported that one of the leading contractors being considered for that big, expensive project is SpaceX, which is, of course, one of the companies run by Trump's top campaign donor, Elon Musk. That's not even all. I mean, the bill also includes some other giveaways for the MAGA faithful, like a tax break for gun silencers. And the only people who benefit from that one are secret assassins, I guess, and, well, gun store owners, the people who make money selling dangerous weapons. People like MAGA Representative Andrew Clyde, who even took credit for getting the gun silencer tax break in the bill. Congratulations, I guess. The next time a gun goes off and you don't hear it, I guess you should thank Georgia Congressman Andrew Clyde for his work there. Don't forget to stop by his gun store, of course, because according to his latest financial disclosures, it's worth anywhere between $5 and $25 million. And that's before the big, beautiful gun silencer tax break kicks in, which, of course, he's working to ensure. And remember, the whole theme of this bill, from top to bottom, is that it will make the rich richer and the poor poorer. I mean, 13.7 million Americans would lose their health care if this bill becomes law. 13.7 million. That is 1 in every 25 Americans. Some from losing Medicaid, some from losing ACA tax cuts. The bill gets really creative, I will give it that, I guess, when it comes to taking health care away from people. It does it in lots of different ways. And it would mean the biggest cut to food stamps since the invention of food stamps, just to put it in perspective. This is all a tax on the poor to pay for tax cuts for the rich.
And we still haven't even got to what Mike Johnson said, my guy. I mean, it just seems like it's a lot going on in this bill. Have you really read through it all the way? And luckily, it's only passed the House. It hasn't passed the Senate yet, so it's technically not law. But let me know what you think, of what Mike Johnson said. Here you go.
The CBO found that nearly 8 million Americans will, in fact, lose their insurance coverage because of the changes this bill makes to Medicaid. So how do you reconcile that with what President Trump said?
We're not changing Medicaid, and we're not changing Medicare, and we're not changing Social Security.
Can you guarantee that your voters who supported the election, particularly working class voters, will not lose health insurance under this bill?
Oh, they won't lose health insurance?
It's directly in line with what the president said. I've said the same. We are not cutting Medicaid in this package. The numbers of Americans who are affected are those that are entwined in our work to eliminate fraud, waste, and abuse. Medicaid is not intended for non-U.S. citizens. It's intended for the most vulnerable populations of Americans, which is pregnant women and young single mothers, the disabled, the elderly. They are protected in what we're doing because we're preserving the resources for those who need it most.
So 1.4 million people in your home state of Louisiana are on Medicaid. More than 800,000 receive SNAP benefits, also known as food stamps. Is it your contention that if any of those Louisianans lose their benefits, it's because they shouldn't have been receiving them because they were committing waste, fraud, or abuse?
Yeah, look, my district, as every district in America, has people who are on the program who shouldn't. And when you're talking about, I keep using this example, a young able-bodied man with no dependents, there's no reason he should not be working. We are the party that supports human dignity, and we find purpose and dignity in our work.
All right, my guy. Just a few questions we have, and hopefully you'll be able to answer and respond. If not, we try, We try and learn around here, We don't know everything. I am just a moron with a conscience, a.k.a. conscious moron, and appreciate you as always. And remember, without you, there will be no moron. You'll be safe. Peace.